Well, race fans, event 4's on the track. AMCA Nationals Heat 1, 8 laps. Great field here, 13 cars actually. Kirk Porter, Luke Franken on the front row of the grid. We go back there, Andrew Baker, Tony Curd, Mark Horseman, Renee. Don't forget our next meeting on the 18th of December. Rocky versus the rest, AMCA Stampede. That will be something. Ready for a start. Kirk Porter out of position 1. Franken from 2. That's how they go across the white line. They sort themselves out. Kirk Porter, the early race leader. Gee, car 68 of Andrew Baker making the early move, finds himself third on the racetrack. Then we got an Irwin car. It's Tony Curd at the wheel. He's up there third on the racetrack from Baker. Then we go back to the 00 of Mark Horseman. Tony Curd's there also in 10. Cowan in 50. Well, we look for the race leader. Over the back straightaway. Oh, spins infield. Spins infield, the 13 car of Porter. I think it could have been Luke Franken who seen what happened. And they try to make it as cheap as possible. Off the front of the grid with the Tony Curd car there. Also Renee Franken not far behind. He's out of position 3. Then we go back there with Glenn Bolder. That's how they hit the start line. Looks like we have Alice Purcell on the start line. They didn't get away. On the flashing image once again. Franken there off the pole position. Position number 1. That's how they hit the line. Franken the race leader. With car 90 it is, Tony Curd. Tries to put some pressure on Franken for the race lead. As they fight it out, going through turn 4. Then it's a 72 car. Renee Franken in the mix. Car 10's there also. Glenn Bolter. See all the hard chargers up front. The 00, Mark Horseman. But Luke Franken's still the race leader. Tony Curd still there in second spot. Renee Franken still third on the racetrack. Bolder goes wide. The Irwin car, 00, Mark Horseman at the wheel, puts the move on him. Goes into 4th spot. Glenn Bolton now, he put a move on the on Mark Horseman. He's up in 4th. Horseman back to 5th. Must be only a handful of laps to go. Franken in trouble here. 1 lap to go. Tony Curd takes the race lead. Luke Franken slots back in the 2nd spot. Renee Franken still there, 3rd spot. Gee. Franken not having very much luck. As doing the number as he had half a lap to complete. As they go across the line. Tony Curd took the race win. Renee Franken, I think it was. Ready for a start this time. Then Bolter off the front row. At a pole position, Bolter. But it looks like it's Tony Curd. He's the first one into turn 1 and 2, then Bolter. Then it's back to the Franken car, that's Renee, I think it is, in 72. Then it's back there with, I'd say from here, Andrew Baker. And then the 50 car of Darren Powell. They saw themselves there. Almost single file, it's up front where the action is. It's Tony Curd, the race leader. Glenn Bolter still there in second spot. Hey, Franken's still there in third, along with Andrew Baker. Then back there still with Darren Powell. They haven't changed up front, they've changed midfield. We have the on Luke Franken. Now the pressure's on up front. With the 90 car of Tony Curd. Glenn Bolter trying to make a move on the inside. He does, he pushes his way through, going through four. That takes over the race lead to Bolter. Then it's back there with Curd for second spot. Franken in third. Then it's also there with Andrew Baker. Luke Franken back there also. Well, he's back near the back of the field. But up there in midfield, Darren Cowan. It's all Glenn Bolter at the present time. Got a small lead. I think the white flag's coming up for display to the race leader. 1 lap to go. As it does. To the race leader of Glenn Bolter. And back there with also Franken, and then Cowan. They start to bunch up there. They put a lap on Ellis Purcell. But checker flag goes to Tony Curd. So Glenn Bolter takes the checker flag. Glenn Bolter takes the checkered flag. I might say the 73 car for Nate Franken. Also Tony Curd, along with Andrew Baker. Didn't exactly see what happened over the side, but nevertheless, Glenn Bolter. Ready for a start this time. Darren Cowan, Joe Happen off the front row. Ellis Purcell. Mark Horseman. Fired up, ready to go racing, race fans. See Ellis Purcell can find herself in trouble there. She goes back through the field very slow. Darren Cowan, the early race leader. Not on his heels, Mark Horseman. There with team cars. We go back there with Andrew Baker. Also Tony Curd. The 84 car of Ellis Purcell bring on. Looks like the 2 early cars. Let them go. And let's see 00 of Mark Horseman. Early race lead. Coming up there's the 13 car also. Kirk Porter. Car 50's trying to hold on to his position of Darren Cowan, but he's under pressure there from Andrew Baker and also car it is. You got the Franklin cars. Franklin there up there also, Renee and Luke. But it's up front with the 00, Mark Horseman. Big leader at the present time. Back there with the 13 car, Kirk Porter. In second spot. Then we have Andrew Baker it is. And also car 50 not far behind him. And Tony Curd. 72 it is with Luke Franken. Renee Franken. Up there along with once again the flashing ambers. What a great job up there with Mark Horseman after opening up a lead like that. Now he's going to do it all again. To start this time. Mark Horseman, he's the race leader. He's the first car in turn 1 and 2. He's followed through there by Kirk Porter in second spot. Then we got Andrew Baker. Then the 2 Irwin cars there. Tony Curd and also the 90 car, I think, Tony Curd. And up front we go, all hell broke loose over the back straightaway here. 2 T cars it is of, looks like it's Cowan, isn't it? Car 50 of Darren Cowan. Also Tony Curd. Looks like Tony Curd going to pull infield. Live to see another day by the look of it. Only a few laps left, I feel. But the race leader is still Mark Horseman. And the bloke there sitting in second spot, Kirk Porter. But here's 72 of Renee Franken making a move here. Puts Porter back to third. It looks like Cowan's all over the place over turn 3. Keeps it on the track, Franken goes infield. As they sort themselves out, they've only got a couple of laps to go. Hopefully will be on display this time round for the race leader. Looks like the 13 car was in trouble there of Kirk Porter. What's happening behind him? He's out in front. Flag on display comes out to the race winner. That'll be the 00. First car across the line, Mark Horseman. Great drive. Plenty of action happening behind him, race fans. Back there in second spot, third corner. And also Renee Franken.
Rightio, now that I've talked to Chris for too long, he won't be able to get out to the pit area to enjoy this one until after the AMCA final. Rightio, Renee Franken in 72 from pole, Mark Horseman on the outside, Tony Curd, Glenn Bolter Kirk Porter, Joe Hafner, Darren Cowan, Luke Franken, Andrew Baker and Mark Rankin in 2. There you field for the V8 AMCA Nationals. Green light and well away. 253 Holden V8 machines. And there's already action at the front of this one. Renee Franken finds himself out in front in 72. Mark Horseman in 00 behind him. The car owned by Robbie Irwin of Irwin Homes. Then it's Tony Kurt and Glenn Bolter. Action at the back of the field. Kirk Porter stuck up in the high stuff. Not enough drive up there yet by the looks of things. All of tonight's V8 AMCA National Racing, of course, part of the Irwin Homes Series. Every race meeting for these guys here at Rockhampton goes towards the points for the Irwin Homes Series. Renee Franken is back tonight. Wasn't with us last meeting as he was down in Brisbane chasing the 5,000 race down there. He'll be hoping for his luck to change tonight as he leads away this field. Crashed out in the B main last meeting at Brisbane. Wasn't really crashed out though, apparently he was taken out, but that's another story. But he's having a cracker of a run out in front at the moment for Redline race cars. Mark Rankin in car 2 pulls to the infield with smoke coming from his twofer. So it's Franken in 72, Horseman in 00. Tony Kurt in car 90, they're your top 3. Back through the field. Glenn Bolter there in 4th, a few car lengths back from our front 3. Then Luke Franken, Darren Cowan and Andrew Baker. Then it's Kirk Porter, car 13. Joe Hafner in 89. Mark Rankin has to make an escape out of car 2 as the Fireys are still over there assessing that car. Baker now will try the outside in 68. Couldn't get there on Cowan. Just doesn't seem to be much drive up there after the track grade tonight. On the subject of track grades, a big thank you to Digger McCallum for taking care of that tonight for us. Coming up on lap cars now for our race leader. It's Franken, Renee Franken in 72. To the outside of Hafner. Hafner had a problem out of 4 there. Well, makes it a little bit hard for the cars coming through. Great job there by Joe. Gets out of the way to let the faster ones through. Wow, Baker and Cowan are still going at it to the back of the field in 50 and 68. Porter will come in, flat right rear for him in car 13. Now we were speaking earlier about the super streets with their race rubber and compounds. All of these guys using race rubber tyres, but they're all on the same compound. Every AMCA National using a hard right rear tyre. Bolter right up near the fence as well. Basically an American Racer or a Hoosier tyre all around these cars, but all the hard compound. White flag out, one more to travel for the AMCAs. Doesn't look like the front 3 are going to change at this stage. Out of 4 now for our race leader. Checkered flag flies for Renee Franken, and he is pumped. He's got the hand out the window already. Franken will get the job done in 72. And a big group of supporters up there. Now left-hand drive, of course, the car of 72, so he has to go back to front to go and get the checkered flag. Great stuff there for the V8 AMCA Nationals. Got that one running, one pretty quick without fault. Baker had some problems, obviously. I don't know how he went throughout the night. But of course, keep an eye on the websites if you want to see how the Irwin Home Series is going. Every race here, also the racing in Blackwater, all counted towards points for these guys in the Irwin Home Series. Coming around now, folks, car number 72, Renee Franken, your race winner. Oh, don't hit the water truck. You can certainly see this one meant a lot after the torrid run in Brisbane last weekend. He was super pumped to take out the win there, and that will put him right in the hunt. Missed the whole meeting, of course, the opening round of the Irwin Home Series, but this will stick him in the hunt with the boys.